What is that?
Hey guys, whoa! I just smacked my head on my mic.
God fucking damn! What's going on? Fuck me.
Anyways, what's going on, guys? It's July 9th, 2018. Tonight was Monday Night Raw. I mean, yeah, there were some bad things and there were some good things. Like the main event was not bad and whatnot, but I mean, got Extreme Rules coming up this Sunday. So we built towards that. We learned some new match. Well,
and I'm here too. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show.
About to intro you.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the SmackDown Live review, recap, analysis, breakdown.
Excuse me?
What?
Is it Monday or Tuesday?
Did I say SmackDown Raw?
You said SmackDown Live.
I think I said SmackDown Raw. Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review, recap, analysis, breakdown, thoughts, prayers, reactions, thoughts, feelings, thought-provoking things that I pull out of my asshole every fucking week because you guys apparently find it funny, but I don't know. Here for July 9th, 2018.
Before we get
and check your rollies, it's podcast time.
Before we get started with Raw, Nick, do you have any comments about this past weekend?
This past weekend was fucking awesome. That's all I really got to say. We'll talk about it more on Wednesday.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes ended up going to Disneyland today.
Nice. That's pretty far away from San Francisco.
It's not that bad.
We've got...
Who we got in the chat?
Benjamin, something, Voltage Dylan, Derek Bochek, Kenny Omega, Woken King Slender, Josh something, Cute something, Jeff Guevara, TVP83, and Noah Nolan. Perfect. Gosh darn, what an episode of Monday Night Raw that was.
Burp right into the microphone, why don't you? That's professional.
Listen, I had homemade pizza tonight for dinner.
I had a frozen pizza. I'm about to make me some freaking taco chili fries.
Oh, fuck. Did you make that when I was over there? You didn't make taco ones. You just make steak fries.
I made you ones with, I think it was pork.
It was carne asada fries, I thought.
Might have been.
I don't give a fuck. It was goddamn good.
I'm making it with taco meat this time.
Anyway, let's start talking about Monday Night Raw.
All right, so Raw opened very weirdly. So you see Roman Reigns. They were in Boston at the TD Garden. And you see Roman walking backstage, and he's stopped by Bobby Roode. Why do I mix their freaking names up? Bobby Lashley. And Lashley confronts him, and he basically said, Roman, if you're going out to the ring, I dare you to call me out so I could tear you apart. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Okay, so Roman goes out there. Roman said nobody has ever said to call them out to his face, so he called out Lashley. Like, I didn't understand it.
Weird.
Like, why didn't Lashley just follow him out there and, like, not even give him a chance to talk? Just, Anyway, so Lashley comes down, and before anything can happen, Kurt comes out and goes, this ain't going to happen tonight. Angle said, save it for Sunday at Extreme Rules. And the two ended up started fighting anyways. So Kurt called for the roster to come out, and they split the guys up, and they tried to keep them apart, but they broke away from the guys. And, typical, let's bring the roster out for a pull apart and have them be stronger than the roster 15 times.
Exactly.
So they did that a couple times. Roman did a big dive, which he used to do more often back.
Yeah, he did those all the time.
He used to do them like Shield and like early post-Shield days. He used to do them all the time.
I like him.
Especially when he was teaming with the Usos.
They look awesome.
He did one tonight, though. Right on to everybody. Looked
I'm a big
good.
fan of it. I was a big fan of Mike Kanellis? Is that his name? Mike Kanellis?
Maria's husband?
Yeah.
Ooh, Kristen McNutt with the $5 super chat donation. Will WWE strip Brock Lesnar title off of him? I highly doubt it. They're going to keep that belt on him until he's ready to defend it and lose it, which I'm hearing could or could not be SummerSlam. It's still up in the air.
Nut. Thank you, Kristen. Anyway.
So they have the big pull apart and everything.
Yeah.
Lesnar flies over the top rope. They finally get him separated. Lashley fought back briefly until they were, pulled away. I think Lashley was dragged to the back, kind of, if you want to call it that.
Correct.
It's like, okay, cool. And then they cut backstage, and Mickie James and Alexa Bliss were having a weird conversation. One of those coming up next kind of deals where you got the commentary talking, but then you have like the women having a conversation, but you can't hear what they're saying. And we learned that it was going to be Nia Jax and Natalya taking on Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. They go 8 minutes here. Not too bad. Very quickly, they go to a commercial. Let's see. They had an inset promo for Extreme Rules. The crowd started chanting, "We want Nia," as the heels worked over Natalya. Let's see. Eventually, Jax got in and ran wild and won after she hit a headbutt, press slam, and leg drop on Mickie James. Afterwards, Alexa Bliss grabbed a kendo stick and beat the crap out of both Nia and Natty. She got a few shots in on Nia before Nia finally grabbed the kendo stick. Alexa dropped it, ran off, and the crowd cheered for Nia Jax.
So, what are your thoughts about this Extreme Rules women's match coming up? What are your thoughts
kendo
on
stick
it?
on a pole?
Oh, stop. You don't think.
How much different can it be?
You don't
Already
think.
Alexa was teasing tonight she's going to use a kendo stick.
You don't think they'll do it again.
I mean, not on a pole match, but I mean, it can't be too much different.
I didn't even think of that until you just brought it up.
I mean, it was
like,
Alexa last year at Extreme Rules. Or
that was like Bailey. That was Bailey's worst match too.
Probably. So
Don't bring
backstage,
shit like that back into my mind, please.
so backstage, Charlie Caruso asked Nia Jax, what's gonna happen this Sunday, and she said, "I can't wait to get my hands on Alexa. I'm gonna break her." Jax says, "Remember that she has done this to her before, and she will take her title back." They then played a video package from last week of the whole Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman porta potty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They then Angle was seen, and Owens came into his locker room and said, "Hey, I've got a doctor's note. I can't compete tonight, so Kurt, you can't put me in a match with Braun Strowman. I'm telling you right now, you can't do it."
Good.
So basically, Owens sat in a chair and hid in Kurt's locker or Kurt's office all night.
That's a smart place to hide.
So then we had No Way Jose versus Mojo Rawley in a 4.5-minute match. Rawley had generic music here. I don't know if this is supposed to be his new music or whatnot. It wasn't as
He's always had.
It wasn't as hyped as his old music. Rawley used the pounce, but Jose did not fly out of the ring like he used to with Monty Brown. It was more like a shoulder tackle. Jose tossed Rawley out of the ring at one point, but Rawley leaped back onto the apron and kind of no-sold it and did the whole Brock Lesnar jump from the floor to the apron deal. Jose made a brief comeback, but Rawley caught him with an Alabama slam for the win, and they really played up, "Look at that Alabama slam. He won with the Alabama slam." So I think the Alabama slam may be Mojo's new finisher.
Yeah, but isn't that fucking McIntyre's thing?
The Alabama slam?
Yeah, he does an Alabama slam all the time.
I don't think it's his finish, not as a finish.
No, but okay, but here's my argument. Your finish should not be someone else's just part of their moveset.
Tiebreaker, AJ Styles is freaking...
Exactly. That makes no fucking sense to me. It takes all the luster out of a finishing move.
Every freaking guy on the roster doing a super kick, and then the Usos use it as their finish.
It's just, I don't like it. It's another thing that just makes pro wrestling seem like, why did Drew hit a guy with an Alabama slam, got him for a 2 count, but Mojo Rawley is beating guys with it? You know what I mean?
It just like I said, Owens and Seth and all them doing the super kick, but then Dolph hits a super kick, or the Usos hit a super kick, and match is over.
It's just so backwards.
All right.
Yeah, like Big Show's WMD, a punch to the face. You could do it at the fucking bell.
No, but the thing with Big Show's is Big Show's hands are bigger than everybody, and Big Show at once was training to be a boxer, so he's got that boxing power.
He could just do it at the fucking bell and the match would end.
True.
He literally, the bell rings, I punch you in the fucking face. That's it. It's so dumb.
There's a lot of that, though.
There's a ton.
It's like freaking everyone does a clothesline, but you get hit with the clothesline from Okada and you're dead.
Get hit with the clothesline from hell.
Well, that was a little different. That was not just a normal clothesline.
So I like the difference between a clothesline and a lariat. Do you know what it is?
Go for it.
You run into a clothesline, a lariat runs into you.
That's what I thought.
That's what Samoa Joe said.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it. Anyway, let's continue
All right,
on.
so they showed a clip of Sasha Banks and Bayley in therapy. Michael Cole said that their careers were on the line here, and they had a new therapist. It was not Dr. Shelby this week, but it was in Dr. Shelby's office. Bayley opened up, saying that she's always been Banks' friend, but was tired of being taken advantage. Basically the same thing they said last week. Then a backstage segment with Jinder and Sunil Singh. They're doing their whole peacemaker kind of thing, trying to get Seth Rollins to calm down and find his inner peace. So Seth was like trying to walk away, and they were like, no, Seth, Chauncey. So finally he's like, all right, I'll do it with you. Close your eyes and let's do it. So they started doing it, and Seth's just like, I'm out. And he walked off. Kind of tried to be funny there, but it really wasn't. Then they did this weird commercial about family with Naomi and Jimmy Uso, and they're like, family, always stick together, and this and that, and da-da-da. And then they played a preview trailer for Rock's new movie, Skyscraper, which they played like at least 4 or 5 commercials for that movie because it comes out this weekend.
Isn't he like fucking amputated in that movie too? Like his arms amputated.
There's his legs.
Dumb
or leg.
shit.
Something like that.
It's so dumb.
All right, so Rollins comes out. He said that he's been given a lot of nicknames, including Mr. Money in the Bank when he won Money in the Bank in Boston a few years back. But the only nickname that he really does not like is former Intercontinental Champion. He spoke about his Iron Man match, put over Dolph Ziggler as a top performer. He said that he knew Ziggler would bring his overgrown Scottish Wookiee with him.
That's a good one.
And he said that he's still Seth frickin' Rollins, and it doesn't matter. Ziggler and McIntyre come out. Ziggler was happy about all the kinds of words that Seth had to say about him and his match at Extreme Rules. McIntyre said that Rollins would still have his nickname, could still have his nicknames, but Ziggler has the title. Ziggler said Rollins was one of the best, but now Dolph is the best. Ziggler claimed that he might win the Iron Man match with 100-0 of a score. Then Rollins said that all that time bleaching your hair really got to your brain, did it, Dolph? Ziggler then rambled on for a while, talked about being a top-performing wrestler at Kent State, having the best record there of all time. And then Rollins goes, oh, so does that mean Drew also graduated from Kent State because you can't win a match on your own? I guess he helped you then, too. So they just went back and forth. McIntyre basically accused, Ziggler had, Rollins wondered if Ziggler had sensitive photos of McIntyre on his cell phone. Accused them of sleeping together. I don't know. It was kind of weird. So they finally set up McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the main event. We then see Curtis Axel dressed up as Matt Hardy. He was
hell of a main event.
Oh,
by
yeah.
The way.
So we
just want to throw that in there.
We see Curtis
hell
Axel.
of a fucking main event.
We see Curtis Axel dressed as Matt Hardy. Bo Dallas as Bray Wyatt. They did their whole mimic kind of copycat thing where they pretended to be the other guys. Axel was nervous until he realized that it was just Bo, not Bray. After the commercial break, they came down to the ring, and they kept doing the impersonations until finally Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt appeared on the screen, and they were like, screw Sunday. Can we just do it now? Because we're here. And it ended up just being Bo versus Matt Hardy in an 8.5-minute match.
Wasn't terrible.
They really played up the Revival or getting the next tag title match because they showed the Revival backstage watching, and the announcers were like, the Revival have been on a roll as of late, and they're really paying attention to this match here tonight, and they'll be paying attention Sunday because as top guys, they're going to want to get that opportunity for the titles. So I think they'll finally push the Revival to at least a tag title match. I don't know if they'll give them to them, though.
I hope so.
They told a story of the match where Matt tried to do all the impersonations, and initially he was amused by it all. He put Dallas, he took the gimmick off of Dallas, the hat he was wearing, the fake beard and everything, just started beating the crap out of him. He almost gave him a side effect on the steps, but Dallas slipped out. Hardy gave him a mistimed side effect in the ring, and then a few seconds later, another one. Axel then distracted Matt, so Wyatt knocked him down. Eventually, Dallas caught Hardy and gave him a rolling cutter for the win. After the match, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt laid out the B-team. Crowd was not into this at all.
Yeah, the crowd wasn't into it, and I do think the mimicking, the B-team mimicking Bray and Matt is getting a little old and a little overdone.
Right, because, at first, you always knew they're supposed to be a comedy team, but they were trying to make them a little more serious with the whole, getting on a roll, we're actually winning matches, and then they do this and make them over-the-top comedy. So it's like, oh, man.
I wouldn't mind seeing them swap the titles back and forth for, I don't know, a few months.
But they're already teasing that the Revival wants that tag title match soon, so.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
So maybe the Revival gets the title match at SummerSlam?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it would.
Talking about pay-per-views, an interesting note, though. I think it's October pay-per-view was supposed to be in Boston, here in the TD Garden. I think it was TLC. And they announced on that date, I think it was like the 30th or 31st of October, they announced to the live crowd that they're coming back, but it wasn't going to be TLC. So I don't know if it's no longer a pay-per-view or if they're changing the name. Because according to WrestleVotes on Twitter, TLC is no longer under consideration, and they might be changing the name Clash of Champions as well. Now, one person did suggest if it's Halloween weekend, Havoc.
No.
Because WWE
Fuck
did
off.
just
No.
recently. Hey, listen. WWE did just recently
say.
trademark the name Halloween Havoc.
No, it's so fucking stupid.
And when you look on Ticketmaster, the next show in Boston for WWE is just a show, not considered a pay-per-view. It's just like a live event as of right now.
I don't like using
Gimmick
old
names?
WCW names. I like gimmick names. I'm fine with gimmick names. I'm fine with Hell in a Cell and Extreme Rules and all that shit.
But think about it. If the show's going to be on Halloween or the night before Halloween, why not?
Here's the thing. It either has to be called Halloween Havoc or it can't have anything close to the name fucking Halloween.
Well, I think that might be the plan. I can't confirm that, but I mean, that sounds
I don't know.
very
I just
possible.
think it's stupid. Might be Hell in a Cell, though.
Hell in a Cell's in Nashville. It's already being advertised locally.
Oh,
with Owens. I think it's Owens versus Reigns and AJ defending against Joe. I think it's Nashville. It's either Nashville or San Antonio. No, it's Nashville. It's Nashville.
Let's continue on here.
Anyways. So they show Tyler Breeze backstage, and he's got some T-shirts, and he's talking to Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. And he's like, you guys need more fashion. So he hands them T-shirts, and they go, we don't need fashion. We riot. And then they ripped up the T-shirts and walked off.
They're so edgy.
So then they mentioned that Ronda Rousey was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame and that she will be sitting front row this Sunday for the Raw Women's title match.
I wonder if they announced that Brock Lesnar showed up at the UFC event.
Not the word about Brock that I heard.
I don't doubt that.
So we had Liv Morgan taking on Ember Moon. Liv Morgan in her normal yellow or blue tongue. Morgan had a brief moment to shine before Ember Moon came back, hit like a jackknife for the victory.
Good match.
It was like a 7-minute match, almost 8-minute match, and there was nothing to talk about in this match.
There you go.
I think half of it was in commercial.
Continuing on.
So we had Renee Young backstage with Finn Balor right outside the locker room. They were interrupted by Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode said, tonight I'll be teaming with Balor. We have some similarities. We're both good looking. We're both good in the ring. And we both got great abs. He also said they really got good hair. He said that Corbin would learn that they were unstoppable and nobody was better than them. He said that they were going to be victorious and glorious. Balor said that it was funny that Corbin thought that he was the brains of the operation here on Raw. But tonight, he would show him that Balor isn't half of anything. He's twice as good as Baron Corbin.
I was kind of hoping he'd cut that Sid Vicious promo.
Which one?
You have half the brains that I have, and I'm half the man that you are.
There you go.
I love that promo. That promo was phenomenal. I listened to that. If you ever have a school project coming up, or if you're ever nervous about having to do something, listen to the fucking promo where Sid Vicious basically buries himself in fucking 4 words.
Scott Steiner doing math.
But the Scott Steiner math thing was planned.
Yeah.
There was no way that Sid Vicious was backstage thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna say that I have half the brains that he does."
True. Moving on. So Owens is still in Kurt's office, and he's complaining, saying, it smells in here. So he starts spraying like some Febreze. And Kurt goes, what are you doing? He goes, I need to get the smell out of here. And he goes, well, it didn't smell till you came in here.
Oh, burn!
Angle, McIntyre and Ziggler came in. Angle told McIntyre, this Sunday, there's a big match with that IC title on the line. So, Drew, if you lose tonight, you will be banned from ringside at Extreme Rules during the Iron Man match.
Interesting.
So then we had Elias in the ring. Talked about how he's been in the studio recording his debut album, which apparently WWE does have a special in the works of Elias in a studio recording music.
I'm excited for that. Sorry, I was chewing on a piece of ice.
He started taking shots at Lashley and Reigns and the people of Boston. Said the Boston crowd then just yelled, "Walk with Elias." Then they started chanting, "You suck." And Corbin came out, and he's like, "I'm going to sing a lullaby." And he's saying, "Itsy Bitsy Balor."
Not funny.
No. Then we had
Well,
Constable Corbin and Elias against Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. And I do have to say, Corbin and Elias are a hell of a team.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a team.
Anything Elias does is good.
Like, those two should be tag team champions.
Well, let's not go that far, buddy.
Hey, I really like their chemistry. Anyways, at one point, Balor got a hot tag and hit Elias with a forearm and a stomp. But Corbin grabbed his leg out from under him before he can attempt to dive. Elias then knocked him down from behind. Go to commercial break. When we come back, Balor gave Corbin a sling blade and made the hot tag to Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode hit a back elbow, forearm, corner clothesline, and a neck breaker. Corbin came back with a chokeslam backbreaker, but Balor broke up the pinfall. Balor tossed Elias out of the ring, then Corbin knocked down Balor. Roode hit a blockbuster, but Elias broke up the pinfall. Balor yanked Elias off the ring apron and attacked Corbin. Corbin crotched Balor, but then ran shoulder first into the post. Roode set up for a DDT, but Elias jumped in, and so Roode gave him a spine buster as he was kind of distracted with Bobby Roode. Corbin came in, hit the end of days, and won the match for his team.
I like it.
Eating over there, goddammit?
No, I have ice. Fuck off. It's hot. It's like a fucking 80 degrees in this room.
So we see Owens, and he's eating a sandwich, and he goes, "Kurt, you want the last bite?" Kurt's like, "I don't want a bite." He goes, "But it's the last bite. The last bite's always the best bite." He's like, "No, I don't want a bite." So, all of a sudden,
Hold on.
What?
What kind of sandwich did it look like?
I don't know. I couldn't barely even tell if it was a sandwich.
Let me tell you, what's your favorite kind of sandwich?
My favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite kind of lunch meat to throw in a sandwich?
Pepperoni, salami, and ham.
I'll go roast beef. Roast beef is always good. What's your favorite kind of cheese to throw in a sandwich?
Cheese that'll melt?
Really? You want like melted cheese on a regular sandwich?
Oh, I don't go to Subway without getting my sandwich toasted.
Do you like pepper jack cheese?
No.
Really? What about if we're talking Subway here, are we talking a meatball sub?
Sure.
Meatball subs are phenomenal.
I usually get the spicy Italian, pepperoni, salami, and ham.
Salami's very good. All right. Bacon sandwiches. BLTs. Ooh,
there you go.
BLTs are so fucking good.
BLAT. Add that avocado.
I'm not a big avocado guy.
Hey.
I've never really liked avocado.
They're good for you.
Anyway.
But avocado is what they call a good fat. Anyways. So Owens is, Kurt wants the last bite, whatever, and all of a sudden Owens jumps off his chair and goes, hey, get him out of here. And Braun comes in, he goes, "Kurt, I have a doctor's note. You can't have him touch me. He's not allowed to touch me." And Kurt goes, "Yeah, you have a doctor's note for tonight. You like to hide and you like to run from Braun Strowman? Well, this Sunday, there's no running when you two face off in a cage."
Oh.
Cage match. Braun versus Owens.
Interesting. Sultan Benjamin's birthday today.
So.
Interesting.
Shelton Benjamin's birthday. Happy birthday, old Shelty B. All right. So then they aired a commercial announcing Ronda Rousey, and this is a very dope commercial. So it's Ronda walking through this, corridor into a locker room, and she hangs up the Roddy Piper jacket, the leather jacket, and you hear Roddy's voice talking about legacy and all this kinds of stuff, and you end up, it's like a conversation between Ronda and Roddy about Ronda getting the permission to use the nickname. And he's like, "I know you'll do well. I know you'll respect the name and this and that." She goes, "I won't let you down." And it then shows her shows her lay out her gear that she wore at Mania, and then it flashes and she's in the gear, and it's like pre-order to play as Ronda Rousey. Get the deluxe edition and play 4 days early.
I like it. I think that's awesome.
Andrew West says Ronda is Piper's long-lost daughter.
I like it. I think it's cute. I like it a lot.
A really good commercial. They then played another commercial. Reigns was interviewed by Renee Young. Renee said that he didn't respect Lashley for wanting to just come out and fight him tonight, and that he didn't need any more respect from Lashley either.
Mm-hmm.
Reigns said that he has the killer instinct that Lashley doesn't, and after he wins, he's moving on to bigger and better things. Reigns said Lashley would go on to be a guy somewhere else.
Hey, who was the pre-order bonus last year?
Kurt.
Oh, it was like a whole handful of people.
Well, it was Kurt, the regular pre-order bonus, and then if you got
Cena.
it was Kurt, and then if you got the deluxe, you also got Cena, RVD, and Batista.
That's right. And what were the women you got? You got some women in there.
No,
right?
Those were the only. I think the only DLC woman was Beth with the Hall of Fame pack.
Yeah, you're right. No, because I see Noah here says, if Ronda's a superstar, why do I have to pay to pre-order?
Yeah,
or why
I don't
do I have
know
to
either.
pay to pre-order?
That really doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. Download.
Here's my thing. Oh no, never mind. Never mind.
What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, no. Here's my thing.
Oh.
You think EC3 and Ricochet make the final cut, even though they didn't debut until Mania?
Absolutely not.
But you're gonna have Ronda, who didn't debut until Mania. Anyways,
because Ronda's a bigger name than Ricochet.
Because they've known Ronda was coming in for like almost a year.
Mm.
Anyways, they then showed a commercial table for 3 tonight. Alexa Bliss, Trish Stratus, and Lita, which is probably pretty interesting. Then we get our main event, 21-minute match. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Before McIntyre's return, the last time the two were in the same ring together was 2014, when it was the Shield 3-on-11 handicap match. Also, Rollins beat McIntyre in 2012 before he became the NXT champion. Little facts there for you.
I couldn't get the ice out. I had to mute myself. Couldn't get the ice out at the bottom. I'm so fucking upset.
All right, so Rollins attempted a suicide dive early, but McIntyre caught him and slammed him on the apron. After a commercial break, McIntyre hit a big overhead suplex, launching Rollins across the ring. McIntyre then applied a rest hold for at least 3 minutes, seemed like. Rollins countered a suplex with a knee to the top of the head and then dropped McIntyre on the turnbuckle. Rollins couldn't knock him down. They really played the fact that McIntyre was a lot bigger than Seth. They played that up a lot in this match.
Have you seen the fucking guy? He's huge.
Well, yeah. You know what's weird? Is when he was in WWE the first time, he just looked like a guy. And he didn't, he just looked average height for a WWE guy. But when he left and got, bulky, more muscle, it also looks like he grew 6 inches.
Yeah, it looked like he got a shit ton taller.
Yeah, it looked like he literally grew 6 inches while he was, in Impact and working the Indies. Weird. Anyways. Where was I? McIntyre avoided a curb stomp and used an inverted Alabama slam.
There you go.
Which looked very impressive.
Wouldn't that just be a face buster? Because the Alabama slam...
I guess.
You pick the guy up and you land him on his back, so if it's a reverse, he's landing on his face.
Well,
I don't know. It's weird.
It was set up just like an Alabama slam, but instead of him slamming on his back, the way he did it was Alabama slam-esque. Anyways, McIntyre ducked an enziguri and hit a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. Rollins came back with a super kick, Falcon Arrow for a near fall. McIntyre then countered the ripcord knee with a super bad headbutt, hard headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
Rollins then nailed a buckle bomb, followed by a kick and a crossbody for a near fall. Ziggler was about to crawl in the ring, so Rollins gave him a curb stomp, which led to the distraction. This allowed McIntyre to hit the Claymore kick and pin Seth Rollins. Now, here's my thing. Seth Rollins lost.
Yeah.
You think that means he wins on Sunday?
No.
The last thing we do see as Raw fades off the screen is McIntyre, because remember, Ziggler took the curb stomp. So McIntyre grabs him, throws him over his shoulder, and walks off with him.
I like it.
I got you, little buddy.
I liked it. That was Monday Night Raw. The review, recap, analysis, breakdown, thoughts. analysis, all the other stupid things I fit in there. For July 9th, 2018, you can follow me, Nick, on Twitter at PW_Armstrong. You can follow us on at PWUnlimited right here on YouTube. Check out our friends at Fightful for all your MMA, boxing, and wrestling news at Fightful Online. Sam, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And if I can give anybody one piece of advice, don't stay in a hotel that's above a burrito place.
Yeah, you absolutely should, actually.
Not if it's in Oakland.
Yeah, seriously.
If it's called Burrito Express, stay away from that hotel. Anyways, we'll be live again tomorrow night following SmackDown Live. We will also be live on Wednesday with PWUnlimited podcast. So have a good night, guys, and we'll see you later.
See you later, my guys.